In this lesson, we're going to learn what a polynomial is, and then we'll learn to add polynomials. So let's look at how polynomials are classified, but you got to know what a polynomial is. So here's a very technical definition. Let's simplify it. But before we even do that, why do we have to learn about them? Well, when we get to polynomial functions in a future course, we're going to learn that the path of moving objects, like a ball flying through the air, a bullet being fired, a baseball being hit, all follow the path of a polynomial function. So, what is a polynomial? In order to understand it, poly, the prefix means many. Nomial, well, there's debate what that actually means. We're going to talk first a monomial. And the definition of a monomial, so mono means one, this is the simplest form of a polynomial. So it's an expression that's either a number, a variable, or the product, meaning held together by multiplication of numbers and variables. The other important part is the variables have to have whole number exponents, so no negative numbers, fractions, no decimals. So here's an example. 10, 4x, plain old numbers and products. This one over here is still a polynomial, but it's not a monomial, okay, because it's held by addition. This is actually called a binomial. 0.5ab squared is fine. X to the negative first is not, no negative exponents. No variables in the exponent spot. This one over here is fine. No variables down in the denominator. Okay, so now that you know what a monomial is, I'm just going to define a polynomial as a sum of a whole bunch of monomials together. So this one right here is a type of polynomial. We give polynomials names by the number of terms. So if there's two terms, one term is monomial, two terms is binomial. Here's an example. Held together by the plus sign. Could be a minus sign as well. Three terms, take a guess from the picture, trinomial, like a tricycle. Three terms are here. So it could have 4, 5, or 1,000 terms. When it has more than 3, we just name it as a polynomial. So we're going to learn to simplify polynomials, and they are simplified when there's no like terms or parentheses remaining. I'm going to throw some more vocabulary at you. Leading coefficient is the coefficient that's out front. Remember, coefficients are held by multiplication. So 2, 1, and negative 5 are coefficients. The constant is the 12. The leading one is 2 because it's the one that is stuck to the variable with the highest exponent. And the variable with the highest exponent determines the degree. The degree of this function is 3. I always think, like, how hot is it? Think of a degree symbol. This has a degree of 3. So, again, the degree of a polynomial is the highest exponent on the variable after the polynomial is simplified. So this one is simplified, no like terms, so the degree is 2. This would be a binomial. Over here is a trinomial, 3 terms, and the highest exponent is 5, so the degree is 5, which would make the leading coefficient be 6, even though this is jumbled out of order and it's not leading the way. If we put it in the right order, 6 is the leading coefficient. All right, so I'm going to throw a lot of vocabulary at you. Might be a good idea to take a screenshot of this screen once it's filled in. We give a polynomial first name based on the degree. Okay, so how hot is it? If the degree on the variable is 0, it's a constant. First degree linear, 2 quadratic, 3 cubic, 4 quartic, 5 quintic, and after 5, we could waste our brain power memorizing names, but we just kind of cheat and call it 6th degree if its highest exponent is 10, it's 10th degree. We also give it a name based on the last name based on the number of terms, and these are the ones I went through already. Monomial, 2 terms binomial, 3 terms is trinomial, 4 or more we just call it a polynomial. So you're going to pick a word from the first column and the second column, like quintic, trinomial, quartic, binomial. So this chart has some polynomials and some that are not. The first one is fine. It's a polynomial, right? It's just a number. The degree is 0 because it has no variable, be x to the 0. So we give it a first and a last name. This would be 0 degree makes it constant, 1 term monomial. Second one is not a polynomial because there's an x in the denominator. Third one is also not because there's an n, a variable as an exponent. This one has an issue. I have a negative exponent and that's not allowed. Last one, this one's good. It's a polynomial. The degree, how hot is it? It's 2. So we name it first name because it's 2 would be quadratic, 2 terms, binomial. A little more vocabulary. We want to put things in standard form. That just means put it in the right order. You want the term with the highest degree first. So this negative x cubed we write first, 5x squared, and then no variables. See how they drop, decrease by the variables? The leading coefficient now is -1, and the constant is -4. For practice naming it, this would be a cubic trinomial. Next one. See if you can put it in order and identify the parts. Were you right? Let's name it. By the degree, quadratic binomial. Now, we're going to, this one says put it in standard form. So you always want to check, can you order it first? And I have some like terms I can combine. So 4x squared minus x squared is 3x squared. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative x. And lastly, minus 9. Let's practice naming it. This would be a quadratic trinomial. Right? Let's practice adding. So adding is really just combining like terms. So I have a cubic trinomial plus another cubic trinomial. That's the same as if I just erase the parentheses when there's a plus sign in the middle. And now I'm going to combine my like terms to get 3x cubed minus 3x squared is plus x has no like term and minus 1. Let's name it. This would be cubic, 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, polynomial, cubic polynomial. Again, when it's addition, you can just erase parentheses and combine like terms. It's 4x squared plus 5x, and negative 6 plus 10 would be positive 4. Name it. This would be a quadratic trinomial. This last one has lots of letters, but I'm just showing you you could vertically add your polynomial. To get 10x, combine your y's. 2 plus 1 would be 3 minus 5 would be negative 2y. The z's, negative 4z plus 4z, negative 4z plus 4z. Z's would just cancel, would have nothing there, so go straight to the constants and combine them. Reach out if you have any questions. You should now be able to classify and add polynomials.